Thanks for joining us. On the last episode, Chase and I went to the swap meet. We got some cool field recordings. I got a terrible DVD of a terrible movie, and he got some awesome chairs. In this episode, I'm going to show you how we're going to take all those samples that we got recorded and get them put into a nice organized file system so you can easily access them while you're in a session. So I'll show you real quick just what I used so you kind of have a frame of reference. When I was at the swap meet, I was using this guy, the Zoom H5 troll doll head on top. It's also known as a dead cat or a windscreen. I prefer not to use the words dead and cat so close to each other. I'm also using my in-ear monitors. While I'm in public, I think this is a little bit more discreet, even though this thing really isn't. So everything that we recorded got put onto this. So I'm going to show you how we're going to get everything off of this guy and put into the computer. All right, so to save a little bit of time, I kind of did some of the work, but I'll show you. In the Zoom, it pops up all of these folders, multi and stereo. Come here, folder 1. It's kind of weird, there's nothing there, whatever. So all of our files are all of these guys here. So every time we go down one, Zoom 0005, blah, 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 blah. So all of these guys, I already went through and dragged everything into the unedited Zoom files. So that's everything right here. So we have 37 tracks that vary in length from 15 seconds to, who knows, 16 seconds. They're probably all about the same, 34 seconds. So it was my original intention to make this video and show you how I would like edit things down to like single hits or one shots. But I noticed when I was recording these that I was very conscious of recording only what I needed and then hitting record and getting out of there, because I've done this enough to know that it's way easier later on if you just get 5 seconds of audio and then just move to the next thing. Now is show you guys how to rip the audio from this DVD that I got, the old Dropping Evil, and basically do the same thing that we did with the field recordings, but just kind of rip the audio from the DVD. Public service announcement: don't do what I'm about to do with like The Godfather or any other major motion picture. Really, it's kind of frowned upon to sample things, but I feel like the reason I got this particular DVD is because they're probably not ever gonna notice that I did this, and if they do, then they probably will be stoked that I'm sampling their movie. But yeah, PSA, I would not suggest going out and getting like The Notebook and like recording the soundtrack. I've never seen The Notebook, so don't look at me like that. So I have DVD player external because my MacBook doesn't have one. A little USB guy. The audio I'm getting is coming out of the headphone jack, going dual mono into the Zoom recorder. The same way we got the field recordings, but just instead of using the microphones on top, we're going dual mono into the jacks on the bottom here. So it's just going directly in. And I'm monitoring everything using headphones. What I'll do right now is kind of show you how I'm going to go through, watch the movie, grab a clip, and record it. So there's a pretty rad evil sounding pad sample that we can grab real quick. So I'll explain real quick what we're going to do. I know that the sample's coming up. So what I can do is I'm watching the movie, I know when it's going to come up, and I'll hit record right before I know it's going to happen. And then as soon as the audio is done, I'll hit record and I'll be done. And that way later on, when I'm listening back to all the samples, I don't have to trim anything down, and then go back and organize the files the same way we did the field recordings. All right, so I have everything nice and organized in a folder that is on my hard drive. I have set a samples folder that is within my hard drive to a place here in Ableton. which you can do really easily by adding a folder, and then you just pick a spot. I'll show you here. That's my hard drive, samples, bam. So that has all my samples and stuff on there. That's on this hard drive. I'm going to cancel because I don't need to do that. It's already right here. So that's the same folder you saw on my hard drive. So we have the old Swap Meet samples. The same way it reads in Finder, it'll read the same way here. So everything is basically named something that we can relate to. So what I'm going to do now is I have a couple, I have a drum rack and I have a little simpler open. So real quick, I'm just going to go through a couple of the samples, chop them up a little bit, put them into a drum rack just so you can kind of see how we can use these in a real life scenario. So right off the bat, let me just grab something that would be a cool snare, which the scissors would be. And I'll put those where I like to put snares. And there we go. Got a couple hits. I'm going to chop it down to this one. And now there's a snare or scissors. We can do all sorts of shit to it later, but for now I'm just going to do that. What else we got? Under the table chimes. Sure, why don't you go right there. And I'm just doing this really haphazardly without really rehearsing it, so this is probably going to suck. So those are... I don't think we're going to find a good kick out of any of these, so we're probably going to have to just use like an 808 or whatever we want to use. One thing I'll show you real quick is a little simpler patch here. So I know some of these Kobe Vibes might make a cool sample. So I'm just going to put this in here. And then I'm going to shorten it to this. I have no idea what this is going to sound like. But now we have it... let's make that way loud. So that's obviously pretty terrible right now, but I'm moving through this fast just so you can kind of see how, since we have everything nice and organized, we can say, oh cool, Kobe Vibes, let me throw that into a simpler or whatever you want to do. Ableton is vast in what you can do, so you know what I'm saying. But this is just a real quick thing. Throw some stuff in there, see what works, use some other samples. Maybe you have a cool kick from another field recording that you did. But this is just a really nice way to be able to get unique sounds that are only your own. So the beat got a little weird there. I will definitely refine some things and post a performance of all the sounds we got from the field recorder and the DVD from the swap meet. So I hope you're able to learn some stuff. What I did and how I did everything in Ableton you can use in whatever DAW you're using to produce beats, Pro Tools, Reaper, Reason, Fruity Loops, all those other ones I'm forgetting about. So the system is still the same, just staying organized helps your workflow. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow, do all that stuff. I'm on Instagram at Patrick DeWitt Drums. Follow us on Facebook, Signature Sound Studios. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Thumbs down if you didn't. Tell us why you did not like it in the comments so we can make better stuff for y'all. Until next time, get weird, stay weird. Say hi to Pig Sheriff for me.